Hello, guys. I am dealing today with my husband, and we're dealing with a clutch problem. We were getting rough um, shift changes, and we decided to change the clutch pumps, both of them, the one in the very back right there, and the one on the bottom here in this area right there. We decided to change this whole system, and in the very, very back there, it's really hard to change, but we were able to do that. There are plenty of videos about how to do that. And then when we put everything back together, we realized we had a problem. The car was not starting. So we thought immediately that it could have been a start problem. We thought the starter was giving way. We checked the battery. It wasn't the battery. It was doing amazing. And then we checked a whole bunch of videos on starter problems, no crank, because it was receiving no crank whatsoever. We decided to buy a new starter. We purchased a new starter. There's plenty of videos on how to change that. We purchased a new starter because we figured that maybe that was the problem. We changed it. You know, you have to take this whole entire area out. We changed the starter, and we figured testing the relay. We also tested the relay, which is not here. It's actually on the inside of the vehicle. There are plenty of videos about that as well. We checked all of that, and it wasn't still starting. So we realized that there must be something else wrong. We took the starter. Babies are born dead. I apologize for the, reference, but we checked to see if the starter was the problem. Took that to auto, Advanced Auto. I apologize. We took that to Advanced Auto. They tested it several times. It was in optimum condition. We tested the battery to see if it was cranking problems. Our multimeter only checks voltage. That wasn't the problem. The battery was also in good conditions. And I was stumped. We were stumped. We didn't realize what was going on. The vehicle didn't want to start. We finally were able to fix it. And I'm going to show you now what the problem really is. If you guys go through the same situation, that you check absolutely everything, and I mean everything, relays, starter, everything, every nook and cranny, and nothing is working on the outside and on the inside, I'm going to show you now what the problem may be. Let's go to the inside of the car. So we went into the vehicle right here. We went on the inside. If you can see, I have that cable because that's how we tested it. That's how we tested what we were dealing with. As you can see, we also, this is the relay of the starter right there. We had to check that, make sure that that was working. We also checked if the ignition was working. I'm telling you, we did the works. We put a cable on this guy. We made sure that it was clicking, that the ignition was working, like everything. We did everything. And then, do you see that yellow connector right there? So this is the clutch switch. When you push on the pedal, that clutch switch, pedal clutch switch, I believe it's called, that thing sends an electronic, signal to the vehicle that the car is able to turn on. If that buddy right there does not work, if that buddy right there discalibrates, or however it is that you say it, it's not calibrated correctly, the entire vehicle, it is not going to start. Trust me, we went through absolutely everything else. So we decided, let's take this sucker out, and I'm actually show you in one moment. I'm going to pause real quick. All right, I'm back. I was able to take this out. All you got to do is push on this little thing right here. And I'm sorry, this little thing right here. You push on it, pull out. This comes out. This cable is the cable that goes to the sensor, which is this one, that sends the signal to the car that the clutch pedal is working and everything is proper, and it turns on the vehicle. It starts the vehicle. If this doesn't work, the vehicle will not start. You can push it to start, which is what we did to make sure that the car was actually turning on, that it wasn't a motor problem or something like that. So we decided to take a little little cable like this one, super simple. You put it on one side and then just make sure they don't touch each other. You put it on one side, put the other side on the other side, and turn on the car. You don't need to press the clutch because obviously this is what tells you if the clutch is pressed or not. So all you got to do is make sure that you have no shift on. It has to be in neutral. You put that cable there, make sure that it goes all the way down. Don't pull it shallow. You have to actually place the cable all the way in on the other side, all the way in, like it has to be deep in, and try to start the vehicle. And if you had the problem that I had and you went through all the nooks and crannies and did not find the solution, this ended up being the solution. We put the cable from here to here, hit the ignition on the vehicle, we had a crank and we had a start. So that means that this piece right here, this is the pedal switch, the clutch pedal switch right here is either going bad or is discalibrated. Ours was not going bad, thank God. It was just discalibrated, or however you say it. I'm sorry, Google Translate. It was not calibrated properly. We had to take it out. We had to calibrate it, put it back in, connect it, and boom,